Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So guys, in this video we are going to learn nested comment system. Okay, so guys, now let's see a demo over here. So over here you can add the comment. So okay, new add I am giving. Okay, comment added successfully. You can see over here. Okay, new add, and we want to reply to this comment. So you need to be logged in. So we will create a dummy login page. So now let us add. So I have given a dummy user with the ID 1. So let's add hello reply add. Okay, let's reply. Let's view that hello reply add. It's going under this. If you want to reply to this guy again, you can just add with this and tell that this why. Okay, so we are fetching that username and add okay man add reply. So you can see again, let's view. You can see okay man. So this is how we have done with it. You can see over here. So on the Om Prakash comment we have added this. Over here you can view all these comments. So guys, now let's start this nested comment system in PHP. So let's keep this way, and we will be designing this design and start with it. So let's create a simple folder and get started. So first let's create one includes folder, and inside that I'm going to create one called header.php file and one footer.php file. Now let's get started with the bootstrap for designing purpose. So let's go to getbootstrap.com and click on docs. Move over here. You can get this starter template. Okay, so let's copy this starter template and paste. Let's paste and just remove all these unwanted things, and we are going to cut this and paste in footer page. That's it. So this is my bundle bootstrap link, and this is the bootstrap CSS link. As simple. So guys, now we need to include one jQuery file. So let's jQuery CDN link. You can go to this jQuery.com and get the minified script link. Copy the link, copy, and type src and paste. Done. Set. Let's create a index.php file and include the header, includes function. Let's call the includes folder. Copy paste. Let's mention this as footer.php. As simple. So guys, now let us design one navbar. Let's give navbar.php file. Let's get that navbar. Let's copy this, paste, remove which we don't require, remove the links. Let's keep login, and we will create one bootstrap thing. Okay, model. So Funda of web IT. Save. And now guys, let's come refresh this. You can see that you are on the hello world. So let's include this navbar, copy and paste. Call that navbar.php file. Go back to navbar, and over here let's give bg dark navbar dark and refresh. You can see that. Perfect. So where is that hello world? So we are remove this. Let's close this file and let's be on this navbar. Perfect. So guys, now let us get the model for the login. Let's copy this live demo. Perfect. So let's copy this thing from here and get back to navbar, and this is my login button. Paste. Oops. Over here we are going to paste the model. So before that, let me remove this container fluid. Okay, and yes guys, so let's copy this model and paste. So now this is your model ID. You can tell login model. So let's copy this login model and paste this name over here, login model, and over here you can add the form. Let's type form and paste. And now let's create the column row, not row, form group, input dot form hyphen control. Okay, so this will be your email, name is equal to email, and same way you are going to create for the password. So let's copy this and password, give a placeholder, enter email ID, placeholder is equal to enter password, as simple. And over here method is equal to post, and this will be login code.php file, as simple. So now guys, over here let's give login and make this button as submit. Save, refresh. Okay, let's move this to right side, navbar, make this E to S, refresh. Over here you are. So let's click on this, you can see perfect. So let's change this title and give a gap. Three, login form. Cool. So guys, now when you enter the email, that time your code should work. So now let's create that login code over here first. Let's open this sidebar, login code.php file, and let's move to navbar. This will redirect you with the post method taking this email and password thing. Okay, so for that we need a db. Okay, so from where you are going to get. So before that we'll create all these things. First we'll check if the button is clicked or not. So which button? This login, name, login. So we are going to create a simple login thing. That's it, not much secured. Let's copy login button and $_post, where you are going to store in one variable called email. So this email is coming from your input. Copy this and paste over here. Same way, password, and you're going to use MySQL things. Okay, so let's get back to our DB, and you can see one database called blog, and inside that we have a users table. So over here I have some records, you can see this. So let me just show you the structure, where ID is primary and auto incremented, full name, email and password, and one created at timestamp, and that default one current timestamp I have inserted. So let's get back over here and call the database connection. So first dbconnection.php file, as simple. Open PHP, close PHP, $connection is equal to mysqli underscore connect function, where localhost username is root, password is null, and then database name is nothing but blog. So let's copy this blog and let's call this file over here. So include function Dbconnection.php, as simple. And now let's pass this over MySQL I real escape string function, where first database connection and then your control CV and then password. That's it. And now guys, we need to write the query. So login query select star from table name called users. Where is that table name? User. Paste where email is equal to single quotes and password is equal to single quotes, limit 1, $email variable, paste, $password variable, paste, run MySQL query function, the connection, and then your login query, as simple. So if it's successful, then you can tell that. Okay, so how will you check that first? So first let us check that record exists or not. MySQL number of rows function else header location index.php exit, where you are going to use session to show the status invalid email or password. Session you are using. Okay, so let's session underscore start function, and now we need to after this success, if it's successful, then we need to get that information. So how will you get? So let's get that $user data is equal to MySQL fetch array. Inside this we are going to get this data, paste the data where you are going to get ID. So let's store this value $user underscore ID is equal to this, the name. If you require, you can take that full name column. So this ID and the column name I am calling this, okay, full name. That's it. You can tell username. I want to store this, so let's store that in a session. So authenticated user ID is equal to where user ID. I'm storing that, and you can store this auth data variable where you can store this all data, okay, or else you can store only this name, username, auth username. That's it. And after that I want to go back to index page, login successful, and yep guys, so let's get back in the index page. And now, so guys, our login code is successfully done, and now let us test this. Let's go to index page and echo that. Let's use PHP echo, and what you're going to echo, we need to start the session over here, session underscore start function, and inside this what you're going to echo, this username. So let's copy this session username and paste over here, as simple. And now guys, let us refresh. Undefined it is telling, so for that you need to just set this before in a set function. So let's give PHP if is set function. If it is set means then you need to echo. Save, refresh, there's nothing. So let's click on login, and now let me give the correct email. Let's refresh, browse. So you can see that ved@gmail.com is one email. ved@gmail.com email and password is 123456. So let's try to log in with it. Okay, 123456. Let's click on login. You can see Ved Prakash. Perfect. So data has come, and now let's build this one logout over here. It's very simple. So PHP open, PHP close. If is set $_session of this logged in authenticated user ID. So if it is set, then you have to show, else echo logout. Okay, so let's copy this and divide the PHP, paste, else you need to show this, divide the PHP, let's get logout and create a logout dot php file. Done. Logout dot php, and just unset the session. So PHP start, PHP end, and just copy this variable, use unset. So make sure your session start unset function, unset this, and same way you are going to copy and unset this username also, unset, and then you are going to show the message as logged out successfully. So you need to show this message right on this index page. So guys, it's a very simple code. Let's use alert, and before that, if condition where is set of the same code, okay, session, where you are going to show the status which variable you are stored, echo let's use this, you are going to show this thing. Okay, let's copy, paste, done. Now refresh, logged in successfully. You can see that message is not moving. So after this, I want to unset. After showing the message, let's unset that. Copy this and unset. Refresh. Perfect. So let's refresh. You can see login, it's showing. So after logging, you need to show logout. Let's go to Navbar. If authenticated is user, so let's give not is set. It's showing logout. Let's click on logout, logged out successfully, and let's log in with at gmail.com 123456. Login. You can see logged in successfully, and you are on the logout. So guys, now we have successfully created with this login and logout, and now guys, we are going to start with this comment system. Okay, so let's design this page. So first, let's get back over here, and yep guys, so let's move. So start with the py5, and inside this container, row, column md8. So I want to keep this column in center, so we'll use justify content center, refresh. Okay, so now let's design a card over here. So inside this we are going to start the design. Card header h4. This is a blog heading and card body, and inside this card body we are going to start the code. Refresh, you can see this blog. Okay, now let's build that comment option inside this body. So this is my card body, horizontal row and comment section, main comment. We will mention this main comment, and here we are going to start with this text area class form control and rows is equal to 3, and this name will be comment text box. Okay, and one simple button, button button, where we'll tell comment typ type is equal to, let's give button, and this class button hyphen primary, and this button name will be add comment button. Okay, add comment button, and we'll remove this name attribute and add inside this class, so comment text box. And now let's refresh and see over here. Perfect. So guys, now let us make this as row 2. Refresh. So now when we comment over here, that time it should add that comment. So for that, let's get started. Refresh. So let's write the code to comment. So let's see, refresh. Okay, so this is looking awkward. Let me just take this and add inside this navbar. So let's get back from index page. Let's remove this code and push into a navbar. So this is a navbar. Over inside this link, I'm going to paste that. That's it. Get back, refresh. You can see that with Prakash. Perfect. So just ignore, guys. Now let us add the comment for this. Okay. So first, let's create a database for it. Okay. So let's close all this. Now let's click on new, and as we have created the structure for it, so this is our user table. So we have already created that user table, and now let's create with the comments. So now let's create comment ID. Let's call that ID integer 11 primary key, go, and auto increment. As simple. Let's take this full name. Let's take this user ID, copy, paste, then message, MSG, and then commented on, and then finally created at, copy, and one column missed out, so let's click O, created at. So let's set this integer 11 messages, long text, ignore the field, commented on, we are going to select with the date, select date, and just select with this current timestamp. So while entering, it will automatically enter. So let's give timestamp over here, so it will enter date and time both. So if you require, you can access with that. So let's save. Okay, so comments table is created. So guys, now let's insert the data on this. Go back. So let's create one JS file first. let me add an assets folder, and inside this assets I'm going to create a custom.js file, and inside this we are going to start all the codes. Let's get started, guys. So jQdoc, so which will give your document ready, and now we'll tell jQclick, click, and inside this I want the button. So let's go to index page and call this add comment button. Let's call that and paste. So we are messing out now. So first you need to call this file inside your this thing. Okay, so where is the footer.php? Let's move there, and below this you have to include your file. So let's call that script and call the assets folder / then custom.js file. Set, guys. And now let us see, let's comment this and check that file is linked or not perfectly. Use alert function, I am linked, save, refresh, you are getting an alert. Cool. So now let's remove, and now guys we have to check with this. So let's close all this. Let's get back over here. You have taken this, and now we need to get that first text box, comment text box. So $, dot, because it's a class, we are going to tell class dot value function. Okay, and with this variable we'll tell this as message is equal to. Cool. So first we are going to validate. So if the text box is not empty, then you have to work on this. So let's use $trim function, length length is = 0, where this message are going to print. Okay, so if it's $, not 4, error message is equal to please comment. Hash error status we will give is equal to, not is equal to, dot your paste over here in a text format. Okay, else you need to show the same thing as a empty. If error message not equal to null, return false. Okay, else you need to start the code. Perfect. So first let us test this. So before that, error status, just print that above this text box. Okay, it's ID, we need to make this ID fresh. Let's click on comment. Please comment, please type comment over here. Okay, if you comment, it will accept that. So now let's add that. So let's call Ajax, and first we need to get this value. So you are getting the value message. Let's keep that in var data is equal to open and close, inside single quotes you are going to send this message, and message we will tell add comment, which will we are going to set true. Now let's pass this data over here, direct data. Let's remove data type, code.php, method will be post, and after this adding alert the response Done. And let's go to code.php, create a file. Oops. Code.php file, start the PHP, close. First include your database connection. So include function dbconnection.php file, and now check with the if condition if it is set or not. $_post method of your add comment. So if it is set, then you are going to come over here. $msg is equal to $_post method of your variable which you have given this message input thing, and then let's insert this value. So before inserting, we have to get the user, so authenticated user. So session_start function and get the user_id is equal to. So while you're logged in, that time you are checking with this, right? So let's get this user login ID and then inserting the value. So let's refresh. You are currently logged in. Okay, so now let's get back to database. First user ID, message, and these two are automatically, it will fill. Let's get back code. So comment add query is equal to insert into table. So my table is comments, column names. Let's select these two columns and paste, give comma, values, open bracket, single quotes, give $msg, not message. First you need to pass the user ID because it's user ID, and then your message, so $msg, and then let's run this query. So with the help of MySQL_query function, and while this you need to get the database connection. So inside this $con is from dbconnection.php, so you can see that variable over here. So let's get back and then use this variable to store. So guys, for SQL injection and all, you can remove this and real escape string function $connection and then post this. Done. And now we need to check if it is success. If success echo comment added successfully, else echo comment not added. Something went wrong. Okay, so let's save and let's see this, guys. So refresh. So there is no data inside this table, and now let's add nice post, add comment added successfully. Okay, let's see over here, browse. Cool. So user ID 1 and the comment is posted. Nice post. So let's get back. Okay, so when you comment this, that time this data should be emptied. So for that, you just need to go to your custom.js file, and after the success, I want this comment to be copied and emptied over here. So just add this double quotes inside this and it will be directly emptied. So let's refresh again and add good blog. Let's add. Okay, so that good blog has been emptied and it's added over here. So let's see again over here. Cool. So blog is added, and now guys, over here you can see user 2 is Om Prakash. So let's log out and log in again. om@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's log in. logged in. Okay, so let's comment that. So nice post, Funda commented. So let's browse over here, not here. Let's comment, open the table comment, and you can see that user ID 2, nice post Funda. So guys, we have successfully done with commenting on the blog. And now, so guys, now in this we are going to start with the comment to reply. So whatever we have stored all the comments into our database, so that thing we are going to fetch over here. So guys, now let's get started with it. So first let's go to our index page, create a code for that. So guys, over here, so this is my main comment section, and inside this section, this is my HR tag where this line under this comment button underline is coming. After this, I want to create comment container. So this is a comment container, and inside this we are going to create the data. So for that we are going to do with the jQuery Ajax only. So let's move to custom.js file. Let's minimize this. Let's make it below. So guys, let's create one function load underscore comment function, and let's call jq Ajax. So method post, and URL will be code.php file, and the data we are going to send one simple confirmation thing. So for that, let's add comment load data, okay, is equal to true. We will send off, that's it. And now let's remove this data type, and so after this success response we have to blank that again. Okay, so what we are going to blank this container. So let's copy this, it's a class, so we are going to use this dollar single quotes dot, and then we are going to use HTML function where you are going to give null values, okay, double quotes inside that null. So once it's null, then you are going to print your codes. So first let's go to code.php and code everything, and what we want to append that things into our text box, I mean this div box. So let's go to code.php, move over here, let's ignore this, and let's start with this if condition. Let's use is set function dollar underscore post method of this comment load data, and now inside this you are going to type the code. So let's type that dollar comment is equal to, you can tell comment query, okay, comments query. So you can tell dollar comments query is equal to, and over here let's type the query select star from the table name is nothing but the comments. So let's copy this comments table and paste. Let's execute this. So run with the help of MySQL underscore query function con, and then your comments query comments underscore query. Let's copy this, let's just correct this, okay. And now, so after this, let us execute. Let us check the record exists or not. So MySQL number of rows function, if there is no comment not existing, that time you need to echo give a comment, and if the record exists, then you for each loop, and inside this variable comment query as dollar row or result, you can take out that dollar row variable. We are going to fetch that user ID from here. So let's fetch the user underscore ID first and store in a variable called user underscore ID is equal to this. So this user ID we are fetching from this table, okay, this user ID we are going to fetch, And now after that we are getting only comments data. We want user data also to show over here which user commented that. So for that, let's get back and type the code. So let's copy this and paste and mention this as user query copy paste, done. And now after this, guys, we are going to fetch in a user result is equal to MySQL fetch underscore array function, and this variable we are going to store and get the data. So before that getting, you have to comment the users table. So let's tell my users table. Let's copy this users table, select star from users, where id is equal to single quotes, and this will be the user id. Let's pass that user id. Well, limit is equal to 1. I mean limit 1. As simple. Done. And now, guys, we are going to send this in array push format. So let's use array push because we are going to pass in JSON format. So let's create a variable, copy this, paste, comma, and then send your row variable. Okay. So for sending this, we are going to send one, and this is the second data. So two things. So let's send in array format. One will be the comment, which is $row, and the second one will be the user, where I'm going to send this user results. So comment result and user result, done. So after sending this, let's send this data, which is content hyphen type colon application /JSON echo JS underscore encode function, where you're going to send this variable. I mean this variable, what you have stored the data also. Simple. So once it's sent, guys, then you are going to see in this your load function. Okay, load command function. So over here, let's type the code for that, $, and I want to append the data. So what data you are going to append and where you are going to append. So that is nothing but, so inside this comment container, I'm going to append some data. So what data and what design you're going to append over here. So I'll just tell you. Let's design this first. Comment this first. Let's comment that and design a simple reply box. Okay, so whatever the comments are inserted over here, let's design one simple thing. So first, let's use the one border, one p2, and then margin bottom 2, as simple. And this box name we are going to keep reply underscore box. So this will be the box name, and inside this we are going to start with the h6 tag, which will be your class is equal to username. For dummy detail, we are going to keep with Prakash n, and p tag, where you are going to give the class where para. Okay, so this will be your para and some hey post comment. Okay, and then your simple button, which will be reply, reply. Design this button using class warning, where badge we are going to use this reply button will give. Okay, reply underscore button. So this will be the name of the button will be reply button. Copy paste, and again let's keep this as danger for view replies. Okay, so view reply button, simple. And yep, guys, which will be your class where margin left 4, and this will be a reply section. This is reply section. So whatever you are going to see, all the reply box and the section. Now cut. So before cutting, let's see the output. Refresh. You can see this. This is the user interface. So guys, now you can add a simple thing. Just remove this and add border hyphen bottom for the designing purpose, and display in line you can use as simple. You can see a small border has come. So now guys, let's add this. Control X, and let's go to our JSON and append over here. So inside this append function, let's add that as simple. Let's concatenate this. Now let us test, guys. So let's get back. Let's refresh. You can see it's not called. So let's call this comment function. Copy and paste. That's it. So once it page is loaded, the time it will call this function. Let's refresh. Okay, it's still not calling. Well, let's check out what's the error. Console. So you can see that $htm is not found, for not a function. You can add this HTML. Refresh. You can see that perfectly it's come over here. So now guys, we need to fetch the data. So that is nothing but your response you have got over here. So let's take this response and check first. So type console.log function where you can check with this. Refresh. Let's inspect. Let's click on console. You can see the data has 3 comments has come over here, 0, 1, 2. So each has each comments. Okay. So now let's fetch that. So for that there is a multiple arrays. So for that you need to use for each loop. So let's tell JQ each. So this is the now let's comment and take this response and paste over here. Index array, that is nothing but your key values 0, 1, 2, and this will be the value. So let's copy this value and call that. So before that there's a, let's integrate inside the loop. Let's copy this value and the name, remove the name, single quotes, plus plus, and paste the value dot what you're going to get from this response. What you're getting, as you saw over here, you can see that CMT. So first inside the 0 CMT value. So this CMT, copy that, copy and paste. So that CMT of your array value. So I'm going to get the full name. So not, I mean, it's a name, right? Let's get back. So it's a comment. I need this user data. So let's copy that user. Then take this user, and from that user table I want full name. So where is that column full name? Inside user table I have a column called full name. So let's fetch that full name, and then let's concatenate and call the date also. So let's copy this, paste. Let's minimize. From the CMT, from the comment section, I want inside the comments table, I need this commented on. So if you're getting confused with this user and comment, that is nothing but inside your code you have passed this CMT and the user. So this variable data you are getting. So let's take commented on. So let's save and refresh and check, guys. First refresh, you can see perfect. So with Prakash N, Om Prakash N, cool. So you can see that user ID 1, 1 and then 2. So that data has come. Let's pull that comment message also. So same we are going to copy this comment message and paste over here. So let's paste that and tell msg messages. Let's refresh. You can see that the data. So nice post, good blog, and nice post Funda. So whatever the data are over here, so that data has come. So guys, now let's continue to the reply section. Let's get back. So guys, first let's go to index page, and just I'll show one simple design over here where input dot form hyphen control, get the placeholder, reply to reply we will tell, and one name for this which will be reply message. Okay, and then text, and we are going to use the class of bootstrap button, which will be give a class for designing this button small button primary. This button name we are going to mention reply add button. So once we click on this reply button, it will be adding that. Okay, and now guys, let's copy and paste cancel button, as simple. And let's change this design a little bit and make it to danger. Cancel. Let's save and see the output guys. Refresh. You can see this very small design, we are getting it. Cool. So this button is not working, so let's make it to correct spelling. Refresh. You can see this reply and cancel thing. So guys, now let's copy this and let's paste that design inside this reply button. So let's cut, Ctrl X, and go into a JS file and paste that design. So before pasting, we need to start that. So let's comment it over here and start the code first. So let's take JQ on click event, so document, where we are going to check with the click event on what click you are going to get with the class. This is your reply button. So which reply is nothing but this reply. Okay, so this is your reply button. So when I click on this, I'll just show you the class. Inspect. So over here you can see that reply button. So let's copy this. So this button only is over here. So reply button, copy that and paste. As simple. So once it's copied, we need some data. So if I click on this reply button, so this is the comment. So this is the reply button and this is the comment. So we need this comment IDs. So for that, let's get those comment IDs. So first we need to take this, concatenate, copy this and add the value inside this button. Value double equal to, and inside that just paste that and take that ID. So this will be a comment ID. So same thing, you're going to copy this value and paste for view also. Save it. Done. Let's refresh, and you can see that here when you click on reply button, the value is having 1, and the second one over here you can see that it's 2. So according to that, it's coming perfectly. So guys, based on this IDs, we are going to view the reply and give a reply. So let's continue guys over here. So first we are going to create variable $this clicked is equal to $this. So whatever it comes, when you click on this, it comes over here. So let's store as comment underscore ID is equal to this variable. So it will store the comment ID over here. And now once we click on this reply button, that time what it should happen, I want to empty this section, the reply section. So let's call that $reply section with the class should be empty, HTML open bracket, and inside that double quote just leave that, and then let's get the class. So this dot closest of what? So closest of your reply box. So where is that reply box? Over here. So this, which means, so I have just over here, see here, this is the border 1, this is a comment 2, comment 3. So we need, if I click this, it should come this comment only. So we have to take the closest value. So closest value, you can see that reply box. So let's get that reply box closest value with the class name dot, and then find the data. So what you're going to find? The reply section, because we are going to reply. When we click on this design should append, right? So for that, when we are going to append, that is nothing but this reply section with the class reply section. So inside this you are going to append the data dot append function, as simple, or else you can use HTML also, as simple. And inside single quotes, let's divide this and paste the design which we have just commented it. So let's copy and paste. Let's concatenate this. Okay, there should be no spaces, or else it will give an error. Okay, done. You can take this at the top. Save. So guys, now let us see that comes over here perfectly. Let's get back, refresh. Let's click on console, and yep, click reply. You can see this reply is working fine. So let's click over here. You can see that it's shifting perfectly. So let me just show reply. So input box is created. Let's click on cancel. So that time it should cancel this box. So for that, it's a very small code for that. So let's use that JQ on event function document on click click, where you are going to take this cancel button. So reply cancel button. Okay, so it's a class, so just add that class, and as simple guys, we are making this empty section, right? So let's paste that and refresh. Let's click on reply and let's click on cancel. Cool. So we have successfully built this. So guys, now let's continue replying this comment over there. Okay, so we are going to reply to this comment. Okay, so guys, now let's start this. So let's move to our index on the JS file. Let's move over here, and now as you can see, this is the output which we are getting over here. Okay, so this design which you are getting, so this is over here. So let's copy this reply add button and create that below. Let's start with on click event JQ on. So document, where your event will be click event, where I'm going to click with the dot class. So this is my reply button, add button. Okay, let's pass one prevent default thing. So e dot prevent default function, and now let's create one variable called this clicked is equal to where $this. So whatever we click on this, it comes over here, and with this help of, we are going to take the comment underscore id is equal to, let's take this variable $this clicked dot closest function of what? Your reply box. So where is that reply box? So this is my reply box. So this reply box is nothing but, I'll just show you from this output. Refresh. let's inspect. So this is my reply box over here. So from this reply box, I'm taking that reply box and pasting over here, and then find function. Inside this, what you're going to find, the closest of your reply button ID. So reply button value from where, this is the reply button. This reply button value you are going to, so this is your reply button where value is 1, it's stored. So let's get that. So let's copy that class reply button, copy this class and call dot val. So now you can get the value of that reply button, the comment ID. Okay, to get the reply, and we will get the reply. So reply is over here, reply message. Copy this variable reply message and paste over here. So this reply message is nothing but your this box. So this where I am typing. So this box is the reply. So that reply message I am going to copy and get that value from there, and then we are going to start the Ajax code. So JQ Ajax, let's type. So type will be, method will be post, and the URL we are going to code.php, and data we are going to pass is nothing but, let's take this out and create a variable called where data is equal to, inside curly brace, let's give semicolon, and inside single quotes you are going to tell comment underscore ID colon, this comment ID you are going to pass over here. Done. Let's take out the space, and the second one will be your reply message. Okay, so this is my reply message. So whatever reply you are giving, that reply message you are going to store. So one more we are going to create, that will be true. So let's check this as add reply. Okay, so let's go to code.php. Let's copy this and move to code.php file. So guys, let's ignore this because it's a previous video thing, and now let's start the code. So if condition we are going to give and check that the data is set or not. So if it is true, add reply is correct, means then you are going to come inside this. So guys, now over here all the values you are going to get by the post method. So first we'll take the comment ID is equal to $_post method of, from where you are going to get this comment ID, and then your reply message, reply reply. Copy this, paste. So you can take this one more method, MySQL real escape string function, and inside this you are going to pass, and then first you need to pass the connection. So $con, which is inside this dbconnection.php file. So this connection is over here, as simple. So let's copy and paste again and take this reply message and paste. Take this out and paste over here, and now we need to store this. So while storing, you need to get the user ID also. So once you log in over here, you can see it's not logged in right now. So let's log in. Where at gmail.com 123456. Click on login. You can see logged in successfully. Cool. So now you can see that with Prakash N is logged in, and let's take that ID. As we saw in part 1, we have created the user ID and stored the user ID in session. So let's take this session value $user_ID is equal to this. So whatever your comment system is, you can take your user ID. If you're using user session, just start over here, and now let's type the query. So query will be insert into table name. So comment replies. So this replies we have to create that. So over here I have created a simple thing. So let's copy this and create a table inside our database. So guys, let's click new, add comment replies, id integer 11. Let's add the primary key, go and auto increment, and then over here these columns which I have mentioned. So it's user ID. So let's copy this user ID and paste 1 1 11, and let's take the comment ID. So add this comment ID, let it be integer 11, and then again this reply message. So let's copy this, and then it will be varchar, not integer. So remove this and make varchar, or else long text we can keep. Long text, let's keep it, and then add more 2 columns for this commented on and created on. So let's copy this and create 2 columns. Increment 2, go, commented on, select date and select the current timestamp. Cool. So let's select with the created at. So timestamp, we are going to get date and time both, and select with this current timestamp. So if we don't enter also these fields, it will automatically insert the date and time. So let's click on save. Perfect. So comment replies table is created. So let's copy this and paste the table name and the column fields. So these column fields are nothing but user ID, comment ID and reply message. Let's copy these 3 fields and paste. Let's separate them by comma, and the values you are going to insert, values values over here. First is user ID. So let's take that user ID first and pass that. So inside single quotes pass this, and again single quote you are going to pass the comment ID. So let's take the comment ID, and then finally we are going to take that reply message. So let's take that reply message and store that. As simple. So guys, now let's run this query underscore run with the help of MySQL query function, where you're going to give the database connection and then your query. So if it is success, means you are going to check with the if condition like echo comment replied. That's it. So let's take this variable and paste inside this, give a else condition, add something went wrong. That's it. So guys, now let's save and now let us test it. So let's go back over here. So this is the code now. Save. After the response, whatever the code you're getting, that echo, we are going to check in this response. So let's alert that, paste over here, not like this, indirectly. So let's, and now refresh. Okay, so let's add a comment for this. Okay, let's click reply, thank you, and reply. Comment replied. Okay, so we want this text box to be hidden after this. So that means for that we need to give the section reply hide. So after that it should hide off. Okay, let's refresh. So let's go to our database and see data is inserted or not over here. Cool. So you can see that user ID 1 and the comment ID is 1 and the reply is thank you. So you can see many comments are given, right? So let me just show you. So this is the comments table and we have 1 2 3 comments. Okay, so let's go back on the comment replies, and now let us give a reply to this third comment. Okay, let's click on reply, thank you Om. Okay, we are replying to Om. So thank you Om, we are going to reply. Click on reply. Okay, and that it's replied. So let's check in that our comment replies table. So comment ID is 3. Thank you Om has given. We will be designing this to reply the replies. Okay, so for this view reply, if we click on view reply, same format I am going to view that. So whatever replies we are giving, we are going to view that. Let's get back and let's just don't get confused. Let's keep all the things closed over here, as simple, everything closed. And now below this I am going to type jQuery on click event document. So this will be the click event on what button? View reply button. So view underscore reply underscore button. Okay, so what is this view reply button? So let's see the name of this. You can see view reply button. So let's copy this button name and paste over here. It's a class, so make sure you're giving dot. So once it's done, let's keep this prevent default, e dot prevent default function, and then let us, once we click on this design format should be pasted over there. So let's take that closest value first. So $this clicked is equal to $function open and close. This value we are going to get, and when I click on this, I should get this closest value, all of that. Let's take this variable and dot closest function. So what closest value you are going to find? So when we click on this view reply button, I have clicked on this, then I'm going to get this reply box. So I'm going to check with this closest value. This will be my closest value when I click this, and what I'm going to find is that find the section, empty section which we have created over here. That is nothing but reply section. So let's copy that. So when we click on this reply, right, so on this div only we have created, okay, cancel, so it's gone empty. So on the same div section I'm going to view replies. So let's get back, give a dot and reply section, and inside this we are going to use append function and append the HTML things, single quotes. And now guys, we need to paste that design. So let's copy this same thing from here, or else you can go to your function where you have created at the top. So this is my function and this is the design. So let's copy this and paste. Let's bring this down, as simple. And now I want to remove some data from here. So let's remove that. First, let's change this class names, sub reply box, and we are going to give border bottom, bottom bottom. And now let's remove this view reply thing from here, and let's keep this all the things same, and this button will be the sub reply button. So let's make this as sub reply button, change the button name, and this reply section will be sub reply section, as simple. All set. So guys, these values from where you are getting, we will be getting that. So before that, let's remove and add some dummy data for time being. Let's add this and let's remove this value. Done. Let's save, and now let us see guys, refresh, and let's click on view reply. Okay, not coming. It's showing this clicked close is not a function. Where is that closest? It's a T, so we have missed that T. Save, and let's refresh again. View, you can see where and this comment, if you click over here, it's working fine. So before that, this should hide off, so it's appending again and again. So it's for that we need to add just one simple code, $HTML function null you have to set. So where you're going to set is nothing but this reply section. Save. Use Ctrl+Shift+R to clear the cache and load. Now let's click on view reply. Let's click on the second. You can see that it's hidden. So if you click a number of times, it is not going to show that many things. Okay. So guys, now let's fetch these comments. So this is my comment replies. So these are the datas. Let's get that datas over here. As simple. So first you need to get that values. So when you click on this view reply, we need to get this view reply value. So what you have stored over here, as you can see, the value is 1 over here. So let's get that value. Value comment underscore id is equal to $this clicked of val. So you have got the comment value, and let's send a Ajax request, jq Ajax, and let's send by post method code.php to what? To view the data. So let's send the comment underscore id colon, copy this and send over here, and let's confirm that view comment data, which will be true. Save. We don't need data type. So guys, after success, what should happen? View all the datas. So those things will be, these things are going to be entered inside this success function. So let's paste that. As simple, very clear. And now guys, we need to go to code.php. Let's copy this and let's move this below. If we need to check that is set function $_post method of it is set or not. If it's set, we are going to get the comment id. So that comment id is cmt id MySQL I real escape string function $connection $_post method of your comment id, and then $query is equal to. So let's take the query from below guys, as we have done in previous videos. So let me just move to that. So this is the code. So let's take this code and paste over here. As simple. Let's make this $query, and this is my table name comment replies. So let's take this table name, select star from comment replies, where id is equal to, we are going to put this comment id. So this comment id, whatever you have stored, where you have stored comment underscore id. So let's enter that comment underscore id $comment id. So the comment id, whatever you have stored, you are going to get that. So once it's run, then you are going to show that. As simple. We need to create a result array, dummy array you have to create, empty array, and after that, if it is success, means it will come inside this, else it will give no what will pass no replies to this user. We'll just mention this, or if it is success, then you're coming inside this. So $query run. So this, whatever you have executed, you are storing in a row, and this row value you are passing in this array function, okay, directly with the comment. Okay, and now this is all about fetching the user data. Which user data? The user id what you have stored over here. So this user id, that names we have stored over here, okay, in this user table. So we are going to fetch this full name. So that only we are telling that. So from this comment reply table, we are getting the user id and storing in this user variable user id, and then select star from the user table where ID we have sent the limit 1, and then executed the query, and after that user result, whatever we are getting, that everything we are storing this in a variable user result with the array thing. Okay, so after this we are using array push function to send the data in JSON encode format to view over here. So now guys, we need to encode that. So first let us check that it's coming or not. So let's comment all this and give console.log function to check that response. Refresh, not here. Let's click on console and then refresh, and let's click on view reply. It's giving a MySQL number of rows except parameter to be result boolean. Let's check over here, get back to the code. Okay, we have missed that where condition, so add that where condition. Let's refresh, click on view reply. Okay, we are not getting anything. Why is that? This array result you have created null, right? So that you are going to pass over here, paste, and then you are going to send this array inside this JSON format. So let's save, and now once it's going over here, let us check that. Let's go on refresh, let's go on console, and let's click on view replies. Perfect, you can see that it's coming over here, so data is coming. So guys, now so let's comment this and uncomment the again and use the for each loop. So JQ each function we are going to use for each in jQuery. Let's give this response inside this, and then pass this key and your values, or value only we will tell. Let's cut this and paste over here. Now once it's done, you need to get the values. So what values you are going to get? So I'm going to put this username single quotes plus plus, and then we need to concatenate that, use dot and use user. Why user? You have passed that in your array format. Okay, JSON. So this user you are going to pass over here and get that result, the column full name. So what is this full name? Is nothing but your this user table. Okay, so this user table column name is full name. You can see that full name is there. So this column full name we are going to fetch. Let's get back full name, and I want to fetch the date also. So what date I am going to use? Value.cmt commented date, so replied date. Okay, so this cmt, copy, and the comment date. Let's come on the comment replies. Over here commented on is there, right? So let's copy this, commented on, and the message which we are going to show, copy and paste. The message is a reply. Let's check that column name, reply underscore msg, and this reply will be the comment ID. We are going to get this comment underscore ID. So let's take that value and paste inside this button, which will be comment underscore ID. Save it. That's it. Let's save, and yes guys, let's refresh and see the output. Let's click on view. You can see with Prakash, thank you, it has come. So let's click on Om Prakash, thank you Om, what we have replied into a DB, it's stored. So let me just change this user ID to 2, not this one. Let's make it to 2. Perfect. Change the user ID and let's refresh. Let's click on this. This is Ved Prakash comment, and let's view the reply. So Om Prakash has commented, thank you Perfect. So on Om Prakash, let's view the reply with regards thank you Om. Perfect guys. So guys, now let's click on reply again. When we click on this reply again, a text box should be open like this, and we need to reply to this Om Prakash. So guys, now let's continue this thing. So when we click on view, we saw that all the replies to this comment we have viewed over here. So guys, now this is commented by Om Prakash, so let's reply once again, and yes man, it's good. Reply okay. Let's view this reply. You can see that under this nice post there are two comments. So one is by Om Prakash and now one is by Ved Prakash. So guys, now what I want, again I want to reply to this guy. So let's begin with that. So first, when we click on this, a simple input box should come with the reply and cancel button. This is the button name as sub reply button. I'll just show you. You can see that. So this is the button, sub reply button. And yes guys, let's get back. Let's create. So JQ on click event document. The event will be click click event. On what click you are going to use with the class called sub reply button, which we have taken. So let's paste that and let's pass that event e.prevent default function. And now guys, let's create a clicked is equal to $this. Okay. So when I click this, that time when I click this reply sub button, I want this first value. So let's take this value because it might be useful anytime. Let's take that. It's a comment ID. So let's mention that comment ID with this clicked dot val. So when I click this, this value will come off inside this comment ID. So let's keep that aside. And now main motto, we are going to build the input box. When we click this, input box should be ready. So take this, click this clicked dot closest value of what is the closest value, this sub reply box. So this is the reply button. When you click that, when you click that sub reply box, I'm going to find where you're going to append that box. So this is my sub reply section, that is class. So mention dot and then use dot append function. So inside this append function we are going to design that. So let's take it down and use that design. As simple guys, I'm going to start with div, close the div, and not much things. Input tag, close, and now type is equal to text and the class to design form control and placeholder your reply, and this input box name will give as sub underscore reply underscore message. So this is the sub reply message. As simple. Open div, close div, and give a class text end, and inside this you have to design the button. So let's copy this button from the top itself and paste. We don't require this value, just remove that and use this button small. As simple. Copy paste. So this will be your reply button, right? So sub reply add button, and this is sub reply cancel underscore button. Very clear. Mention this cancel and change this to danger primary. Save. And now guys, let us see the output for this. So first let's get back, refresh, let's click on view reply, reply. Let's see on console log what's the error. Closest find. Okay, we have given that wrong spelling. Click on D, find, refresh. Let's click on view reply. Let's click reply. You can see that design. Okay, answered. So when I click on this reply, I want see multiple times it's printing. So let's solve that. So we are on this reply section. So let's take this reply section, copy and paste above this dollar single quotes dot class reply section HTML open bracket close bracket double quotes. Let's make it to empty. And after that we want, okay, let me just give margin top and bottom 2. Let's view reply, click on reply. You can see this 2 things. Cool. So guys, now what I want, when I reply on this, I should take this username and put over here. So first you need to go to this case. Let's move. So that case is over here. I want one input box inside this. So this output is this. Okay, so let's add one input box. Input, let's give type which will be hidden, and add a class for get user name. Okay, and the value is equal to, from here you are getting the user full name, right? So let's copy the same thing and paste over here inside single quotes, paste that. That's it, full name you are going to get. As simple. So guys, when we click this, the time you are getting the we need to get this value. So same way you are going to copy this, paste dot val. So what value you are going to get? This get username. So yes, so when you click on this reply button, sub reply button, it's clicked, that time you are going to the closest value and finding this get username. So finding the value of it and storing that in a variable called username is equal to done. So let's copy this username and pass inside this input box. So let's create a value attribute. I'm going to use add symbol and then pass this value over here. As simple. Save it and let's give a space over here. Now, yep guys, let's get back, refresh. Let's close this, view reply. So there is Om Prakash. So let's click on reply over here. At Om Prakash it has come. So guys, we are almost on the YouTube site and the Instagram comment thing. Okay, so both things are matching to that. So if you want to make optimize this thing linkable, clickable, it's going to be high end. So but this is for commenting system, so we will stop with this. So now guys, let's click on this cancel. So that time this cancel should be hidden. Okay, so for that it's very simple code. Let's copy this and add that JQ on click event. So instead of typing this again and again, let us copy this and paste over here. Done. And change this button name. And now, so when I click that cancel, that time this reply section should be null. So let's copy this, paste it, set, refresh, view reply, and I'm going to reply to this. Let's cancel. Cool, it's getting cancelled. Perfect. So guys, now let us start the code to insert this reply into our comment replies table. Let's get back. Now let's copy the same thing and paste. Let me push this down. Let's copy this sub reply add button, paste over here and remove this. So first we need to variable this clicked is equal to dollar this, and take this value. We required variable comment underscore id, and then one more variable which will be the reply is equal to, so this reply and to whom you are replying, so we need those things. So first let's click dollar this closest, and I'm going to find that, and what you're going to find, that is nothing but your value. So let's tell val. So what value you're going to, because it is a value attribute, because of that we are going to check that. So first let's get back to Chrome, refresh. Okay, it's showing an error because this is not executed, right? So let's refresh, view reply. So when I click on this reply button, that time this value I need it. Okay, so over here you can see that it's in a sub reply box. So when I click this reply, I should get the, let's go over here. So when I click this reply, I have to go to the sub reply box and get the value of this reply button. So let's copy that, sub reply box. I'm going over here, closest of sub reply. Let's uncomment this and go back to this button. So this is the button, sub reply button, where the value is 1 over here. So let's get that 1 value, find that value. Okay, so val means which is stored in a value attribute. As simple. Let's save, and see we are going to get the reply thing also. So as simple, let's get back. So this is my reply column, reply input. So I'm going to check with that sub reply box. Inside this closest value, I'm going to get this sub reply message. Copy this sub reply message. Cool. Now we need to store this. Let's store in a variable called data is equal to where comment id, which will be this comment id, and then your reply message, which will be your this reply, and one confirmation to store, add sub replies true. As simple. And now let's call the Ajax, the method post URL code.php file, data, which we have already created this data variable is over here, and send that data. And after this we have to move to code.php and write the code and get the response in this success. So now let's go to code.php file and write the code. Get back, let's push this below and type a if condition and check it is Ajax is awaked or not. So we are going to check with the post method where we have set something as true. So this add sub replies as true we have set. So if it is set, then you're going to get comment underscore id, oops, comment id is equal to dollar underscore post method of the comment id. Copy this and paste. Let's paste this in MySQL real escape string function, first database connection, and then your dollar underscore post method of comment underscore id. As simple. And then your reply. So let's copy this reply message, paste, and this will be a reply message. As simple. So let's take the code. Where is that insert code we have already written? So let's copy this and paste that again over here. Same to same. As simple. So guys, it is the same thing which we are going to comment id, pass the comment id, user ID. So user ID is nothing but your authenticated user ID. $user ID, user underscore ID is equal to your logged in time. So when you are logged in, so that time you are getting this authenticated user ID. Let's take that, pass it over here and save that data. Perfect. So let's check this. User ID stored, comment ID and the reply. Let's copy this reply message variable and send this. Okay, so this values will store into your comment reply tables and then execute. If it is replied, it will be comment replied to below. I mean comment replied to user. We'll keep that as simple. So guys, now if it is wrong, it will say something went wrong. So let's get back and take this response and alert that and send over here. So before sending the response, I want to empty this. When we click on the reply, I want to review this. Okay, so for that you can take this reply section, $reply section .html, refresh, empty it. Okay, so let's save, refresh, let's click on console, view, and I'm going to reply to Om Prakash. You're welcome. Let's click on reply. Okay, comment reply to user. Okay, let's view this. You can see here it is at Om Prakash, you're welcome. You have given the message. So you can see that YouTube type comment has come and Instagram type has comment system is added now. So guys, we have successfully completed with this how to give nested replies. So this is the main comment. So I'll just show you, refresh, and let's move with the second reply over here. So there is no reply inside this. Here it's a reply, and let's log out, log in as Om Prakash, om@gmail.com, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's click on login. So Om Prakash is logged in successfully. Okay, and guys, I'm going to comment on this. View reply, no reply. Good blog, thank you bro. Let's reply. Okay, you can view, see you have thank you bro has come. So Om Prakash has commented. Let's log out, log in. Let's with at gmail.com, 1 2 3 4 5 6, login. Okay, let's view this reply. Om Prakash, thank you bro, where I'm going to mention that hello, I have a doubt. Let's reply. Okay, view reply. You can see that at Om Prakash has been mentioned for this by the user with Prakash. So guys, we have successfully cleared about how to make a nested comment system in PHP like YouTube and Instagram too. So thank you once again. Please subscribe, like and share.